Hello everyone. Today we'll going to discuss about the load balancer in GCP. So for load balancer, first of all, we need to create a BPC. Inside the BPC, we need to create the subnets, and inside the subnet, I am creating two virtual machines, and I will use the load balancer to mm, load balance these two virtual machines. So I am creating instance one in East US East 4, and this is a Debian machine, Debian Linux, then networking. In the networking section, I'm going to select the BPC is a BPC subnet 1, no external IP. Inferior means the is a IP address is a change every time when you reboot the instance, it will change automatically. So I'm creating the instance, and once the instance will create, we need to apply the firewall rule or firewall tag on that. Is that tags are used to create the firewall rules or apply the firewall rules. So whenever we create any firewall rule, along with that we create a tag, and that tag we need to apply on the instance in which we want to apply the firewall rule. So I'm creating another instance is in the same region, uh, the different zone, and here is a firewall rule. Either I can allow this or I can apply the tags which I created in the uh, here net is I need to apply the tag. Again I am creating the one and external IP none. So once I have created the virtual machines, need to go to the load balancer. There are three type of load balancer in GCP. Is a first HTTPS, another TCP load balancer, and another one more is UDP load balancer. You can see is a HTTPS load balancer layer 7 load balancing for HTTP or HTTPS applications. Configure HTTP LB or HTTPS LB. So for HTTPS we need a certificate. If we are going to make it secure, we need to apply the certificate chain. Certificate should be in the PEM format, PEM format, as well as there are three certificates required. Is a one is root certificate, internal, and uh, one more certificate is there. So three certificates are required to create the load balancer, and for every load balancer we need to create the front end and the back end rules for that. So first I'm going to show you how to create the HTTPS load balancer. Start configuration. First option is a from internet to my VM and only between my VM. So if any traffic is coming from the internet, and that traffic I need to load balance to my VM, I can choose this option. If it's inside the BPC or the inside the project, we need to go with the only between my VMs. So I'm just clicking on the first option. Here we need to put the LB internal HTTPS, then backend. I need to create a backend services, and for HTTPS load balancer we need to create the backend services as well as the uh, health check rule and the instance group for that. So I have not created anything, but here I am going to create a backend service. It's a backend and HTTPS instance group. Here I don't have any instance group. Zonal network endpoint backend type is an instance group. Okay, is a HTTPS. Here also port name is a HTTPS, and then port number instance group. Here I can choose the instance group because I don't have created any instance group here. So first I will create the instance group. So cancelling this and going to instance group. So I have two computes in which I need to load balance. So first instance group is a suppose is a instance group 1 is just instance group or IG, I can say IG1 for HTTPS. Okay, description is a North Virginia A. Then I need to select the instance template, which one. Actually I'm going for the unmanaged. So here is a prod BPC, same thing. I'm creating an unmanaged instance group. So it's a BPC subnet and instance time. My previously I have created two instances, 1 and 2. So for A I have created one instance group, and again I am going to create the IG2. So IG2 HTTPS managed North Virginia. So A subnet instance group 2 and create it. So my two instance group I have created, and after that we need to create a health check, health checks, this one. So creating health check name is HC1 HTTPS. Okay, it's a global, is a TCP or HTTPS, whatever. So I'm choosing for the HTTPS and create. Again one more I am creating HC2 STCP. Okay, for TCP proxy protocol and request response. By default none, will take automatically the things. Just create, and my two health checks are created. So what is health check? Health check, just a moment. First I will create, then I will tell you about the health check and how the load balancer works. How load balancer works. So now going to the load balancer. It's a load balancer. Now creating a HTTPS load balancer. First, from internet to my VM is a, here is a showing name, backend, host path rule, and front end. So no reason, nothing. Okay, but once I am going to only between my VM, it's the same thing, but is asking some extra things like name as a LB HTTPS, reason for East US4, network, need to select my BPC, and then backend. Here I need to create a backend service. It's a backend HTTPS is a HTTPS. Here is the HTTPS instance group. I can select the instance group here. I have selected one only. Is a port number is a 443. Is a done. Again, if I want to add backend, I can add it. Instance group 2 is the same, port 443. So I have added both instance in the backend services, and then need to select the is not showing my health check here. So what is the HC HTTPS for HTTPS proxy here is TS4 and selected. But why it was not showing my, because I can check it, go to the duplicate tab. In between I'm just searching for health checks. Is host, okay, because I have not selected the reason here. Click on more. It's not showing in the reason is TUS4. So I have created the one here. Just create. Once I create, it should be replicate here also. So my instance group is created. Suppose uh, someone wants like the routing rules should be go to the, I have created this load balancer for a web service, and that website is abc.com, and after that I am putting slash star anything and going to the backend. So whenever user will open abc.com, it will go to the backend. Then configuring front end, and it's a front end, and front is coming from the, maybe from the backside, back from the internet, or from the on-prem, anywhere. So I am created the HTTPS, and for front end I need to apply the certificates. So protocol is the HTTPS internal IP. I need to select the subnet here, and I can put it infidel, as well as the, I can reserve the IP address also. Once I reserve it, it will be as a static IP. So after that need to create a certificate. So in that certificate you can check that the public key, private key, and the certificate chain. We need to get this certificate from the application team, for which application we are creating the load balancer, and then we need to apply the certificate. Just copy and paste the material, whatever inside the keys. We need to put the keys here for the public key, private key, and certificate change, and put the name here, and it will apply here. So I'm just selecting the certificate. Not, I don't have any certificate. So uh, once we create the certificate, then we need to go to the review and finalize. This is the method to create a HTTPS load balancer. And once I am creating only between my VMs, then no, is the from internet to my VM. Then in that case, also once we creating an uh, HTTPS load balancer, we need to create a separate subnet uh, for the load balancer too. So I'm just creating HTTPS LB backend, create a backend here, backend instance group, okay, is a HTTPS, here also is HTTPS. Then need to select the instance group, is a IZ1, port number 443, or add another backend instance group to 443, and is for the East US region. And then if you want to enable the cloud CDN, here another options. What is the by default cloud CDN will cache static content including web asset and videos file and etc etc. Okay, so next we need to select the is a my HTTPS health check security. If you want cloud armor security, we can add cloud armor is a service. Here you can see in the network section. So create backend is created, okay, here. Then host, here same, need to select the backend service. Add is a abc.com slash star anything. After that, next page is a slash slash slash, you can select here. Then the backend service in which server this request is going to. Okay, then front end service need to create a front end HTTPS protocol, HTTPS is a IP address, port, need to select the certificate here, create new certificate. Again is asking for the certificate, private key. Okay, here is asking for two certificate and private key, or is a Google managed certificate, upload my own certificate. There is both options. I am going to Google managed. Is a domain, need to abc.com anything is a CERT. I'm just creating for the test purpose. So okay, this certificate is applied here, and if you want add front-end IP and port, here we can apply the IP and port. Then we need to finalize and review. Here I can see my whatever configuration I had made, because I have taken this for 80 and 443. The certificate is applied, is a health check, is a instance group is showing, and once I create, the load balancer will be created for HTTPS. Next is the TCP load balancer. So we'll cover the TCP load balancer in our next session. Thanks for joining.